Hello, this is an Astroneer tutorial about overlapping storage. In the world of Astroneer, you may have noticed that certain things are not solid and can clip into each other. And we could use that to our advantage. So right here we have an auto arm that can put to anything in this section right here. But I can take this other platform and place it down over the same section. So now this auto arm can put to both platforms. But how do you make sure that a unfiltered auto arm will put the correct resource to the correct platform? You have a setup like this. So in this case, we use something to block the extra attachment points that the auto arm can put stuff to, and just have a canister holding a specific resource. This way, this platform can only be filled with, in this case, resin, but whatever resource you put in the canister. So I came up with this setup right here where we have a medium resource canister with a storage sensor set to full, not full, going into a count repeater set to 2 with 1 activation. This means that it will only trigger the count repeater when the storage sensor is full and not when it's not full. This count repeater goes into both the medium resource canister. So in this case, it turns it to try to empty when it becomes full, and these 2 delay repeaters. The 2 delay repeaters are both set to 25 cycles, and the final one goes back into the canister. So what this does is anytime this canister fills up, it will deposit material to the rest of the platform for about 6 seconds based on these delay repeaters. So let's look at this in action. This medium resource canister has 31 resources in it, and if I put this last resource on here, it triggers the empty sensor, and then it starts depositing into this canister until that triggers, and then turns it off again. So now we have 26 resources in this canister, and it's put the other 6 onto the platform. One of the nice things about this is you can still put resources into an outputting resource canister, so it won't block the input for this platform while it is depositing resources to the rest of the platform. So one of the designs for this is this setup right here. We have 5 overlapping extra large platform C platforms, and each platform contains a specific resource. So this is just an example, but we have compound, we have resin, we have organic, we have clay, and we have quartz. And if I put this on here, it will put the specified resource on the specific platform that it's associated with. The one downside to this design is you basically have up to 1 full canister of unreachable resources. So like I can't pull this canister off to do anything with because it's attached to the platform and it's what is filtering our ingredients. So it's just put everything in the appropriate spot. You can also put stack a bunch of levels on here. So just as an example, I built up this platform and put another 5 platforms up here just so you could see what it looks like. And this auto arm deposited all this astronium up here just to show you that it can still reach. There are, instead of kind of having this radial design, you can have a stacked design. So this is using the same feature where you have canisters filtering for the resource that you're going to put on the platform, and this auto arm putting this unfiltered auto arm, putting anything that's in the input area into the platforms. We have two different designs. This one is just floating platforms stacked on top of each other, and this design is floating platforms stacked on top of each other, but with a spacer of a large object between them. If you're actually going to use this method, you need to be very careful with the placement of your platforms. If you look here, the platforms, each platform is slightly more forward than the platform below it, and that allows you to select clipping canisters it allows you to select all the canisters without them clipping into each other too much. So as an example, you can see here, I can grab this canister, but if you see it's glowing up here as well, and the canister is clipping through over here, so I can even select it from up here. If this platform was not more forward than this platform, this canister here, the middle canister, could be potentially completely obscured by the bottom canister. So you wouldn't be able to select it at all. So you do need to have very specific placement of your platforms if you're going to use this method, but I can still grab any of these platforms very easily and to pull off these canisters, whether they're large canisters or you could even have medium canisters here as well. An interesting side note for this is that the canisters are actually hollow. So if I get really close to here, you can see the lower canisters through the window on this canister right here, which I thought was very neat. But that is it for overlapping storage. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.